just ask the minister to reconsider. Our client asked him to also use all this information in addition.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
what's the
verdict?
Malaysiakini won. The judge ruled that the decision not to give Malaysiakini a newspaper permit was illegal. It was also irrational. All the reasons he gave, he said, were irrational, and also it was unfair. It was in breach of natural justice because the minister gave, when he gave the decision, he didn't give any grounds or any reasons. And importantly, the judge said, which is very important for freedom of expression in Malaysia, he said the right to publish is an aspect of freedom of expression, and the right to publish is a fundamental right under the Constitution. The government was saying the right to publish is merely a privilege, and the judge said that is not correct.
What would be the impact of on the PPA?
There's no impact on the PPA as such because of the amendments that came into force in during the time when the case was being heard. Some of the constitutional challenges were withdrawn. So the judge didn't really consider our constitutional challenge to Section 5, which says that the very need for a permit is itself unconstitutional. So since he had quashed the decision on the pure administrative law grounds, perhaps it was not necessary for him to go into the constitutional argument.
You think this will open the floodgates?
Well, it should open the floodgates. It should, because everybody should be entitled to publish a newspaper if they want to. You know, anybody can really publish a village newsletter, a residents association newsletter, condominium newsletter. They should be free to do so. So I hope it does open the floodgates to more publication and more expression in Malaysia. Thanks. Okay, man. Well done.
Hey, thanks. Thanks.
I got to rush off for another meeting.
Okay, we'll catch up.
See you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, Prem, what's the plan now?
Well, we are very happy. We welcome the judge's decision in our favour. We stand by our application to print a newspaper. Malaysiakini has been online for 13 years, and we believe that publishing a newspaper allows us to reach out to a much wider audience. So I think the judge has concurred with us, and we're specifically happy that he has seen the idea that of publishing a newspaper as a right within the Constitution, as opposed a privilege, a decision by the Home Minister to give some people a permit to publish and others not a permit. So I think we will be looking forward to writing to the Home Minister to reconsider our application, and hopefully he will reconsider it in the soonest time possible, and we will be in print, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Before the elections?
Sorry?
Before the elections?
Well, it depends on the Home Minister again. Again, we believe it's a right, for an organisation like Malaysiakini or for any other Malaysians to publish, and hopefully the Home Minister, on seeing the judgment, will concur and allow us to be in print.
Were you expecting a decision like this? Or did it come as a complete surprise?
Well, I'm happily surprised of the decision. I wouldn't want to prejudge the judge, but I think it's the right decision. I think it is the right decision for the country in terms of moving towards more freedom of expression. And with more freedom of expression, we'll have a more stronger democracy, more social justice, and a fairer society. So I think definitely it's in a move in the right direction.
You've already submitted the application, and you've also submitted mock-ups as well, right, to the ministry?
Yes.
Is it on for a daily publication or what?
Yes, the application is for a daily newspaper, English newspaper.
And how will you be funding this new venture if it goes ahead?
We believe that Malaysiakini is a very strong brand, that that the subscription revenue and advertising revenue from a print will be able to sustain it, without any problem.
And if you go on print on the daily basis, what is going to happen to Malaysiakini online?
Well, Malaysiakini online will still be there. I know the online brand is very, very strong. We have a large online readership who's reading us on PCs, on tablets, on mobile phones. So we don't see the kind of competition. We're actually extending to groups who like to also read a newspaper, besides, say, consuming the news online.
So there's no question of cannibalizing a very successful brand on online brand.
I don't see it. I see that the print has a separate, distinct role, as well as an online edition.
In the past, we've always had the lower cost, the lower cost, being successful on behalf of the plaintiff, only to be the decision to be overturned by a higher court. Okay, so is it time to be euphoric about the success, or is it something again you want to wait and see?
I think today is a first step. Obviously the AG, the Home Minister, the government as a whole will consider this decision. But it's a question for the Barisan National Government, the sitting government, whether they want to move forward and allow for freedom of expression, partly which is already exists on the internet, and people are reading all sorts of things on the internet today, versus going backwards and saying no, we still want to maintain this duality between print and online, so or try to extend the curbs online in print to make the internet also subservient to government dictates. We're happy that the judge today sees it the other way around, that he sees that more freedom of expression is essential and part of the constitution, and we hope that the government will see that way, that when people are better informed, we have a cleaner government, we're able to fight corruption and move forward. So I don't want to prejudge and see whether the government is going to appeal and turn over the judgment, but I hope that the government sees it as beneficial to create an environment which has more freedom of expression. Dr. Mahathir did that in 1995 with allowing the internet not to be censored, and I hope the current Prime Minister Najib Tun Razak will do the same for print and other types of media.